church. I am raising 5 amazing children. And as you see, I'm not a young girl myself. But I'm raising 5 children that ages are from 8 to 16. I work as a cook in a senior home. Today is my day off. It would be my day to pamper me, but I'm here, thank God. But I work in a senior home and I prepare meals for them. The pastor had mentioned years back of how the taxes worked before. Makes me remember when, about 25 years ago, how I went to a paid preparer to get my taxes done. And I didn't know at that time that there were free taxes. I didn't know about that. But anyway, when I went there, you paid him to fill your taxes. He did your taxes. And at one time I went there, he forgot to tell me to sign my taxes. So I mailed it off, and waiting for a refund, I got this letter in the mail. It said, you forgot to sign your taxes. So now what happens is, I had to sign the taxes, and guess what happened? I had to start all over again. So it took like, I think 2 to 3 months, or 3 or 4 months to get your check. And it was a paper check. But now that I didn't sign it, I got to wait 2 to 3 months all over again. So when I finally did get this paper check in the mail, at that time I did not have a bank account. So I had to find somebody that would cash my paper check. And when I did, guess what they did? They charged me 3% to cash my check. Now, I've paid twice. I paid the tax preparer, and now I'm paying 3% of this check that I got in the mail. Now, it's different because the campaign for working family tax site, Pastor Rivers, I've been going there ever since she started. I'm usually the first person that gets there. I'm kind of like the guinea pig. Whatever little clicks and things need to be straightened out, then she does it for me. But I'm thankful because I can get my taxes in, and guess what? I can get my taxes in my bank in about 10 days. So I'm thankful for that. So I've been blessed by the EITC, which is Earned Income Tax Credit for Children. For many years, I also received tax credit combined. So last year, I think I got about $6,000, which was good for us, good for the children. Thank God for that. I use the money for the children, small amount for me, since I do work, I need a vacation, so a small vacation. But the money goes for the children because I work in the summer also, and the children are out of school, so the children has to go to summer camp that has to be paid for. The children in karate class, that has to be paid for. The children also go for skating lesson, that has to be paid for. The children play soccer, that has to be paid for. The children play flag football. All those things has to be paid for. So for me, it's a blessing to be able to get the EITC and all of those things that we get back in work, and I thank God for that. My children won a couple of belts and a couple of trophies in the karate. And the one good thing about the classes that the children take karate in is that it's a Christian-based program. Even though you pay for it, it doesn't matter how well your child do. If your child does not learn the scriptures from the Bible, they won't be promoted. So that's a good thing. So they get both things at that time. But I'm thankful for Pastor Rivers, for the campaign, for the working families, all the earned income credit, and all the taxes that we receive. I'm just so blessed, and I thank you all for having me.
She also is a leader in fighting off subprime loans long before others even knew what those loans were. And I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for all of her support of us, and she loves the fact that we put the constituents first. So while we're waiting for the mayor to come, I'd like to introduce someone that likes numbers and people. And it's a little bit of an odd combination, but he represents the softer side of the IRS. His name is Daugherty. He is the SPEC Territory Manager for the IRS, and he's been working with the IRS since 1972. Oh my gosh. He oversees the volunteer tax preparation services here in the
doesn't get the earned income credit to which they're entitled. And we say to ourselves, how could that possibly be? It's been in existence since 1974. We talk about it till we're blue in the face. And how could there possibly be anyone concerned about it? Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why that is. First of all, you can't see EITC eligible people. They look like me, they look like you. There is no way to identify an EITC eligible person. So don't even try that. It doesn't work. Now, the other thing is, for most of us, our relationship with the IRS is kind of life and event driven. You get married, you file a joint return, but your filing status changes. You have children, you get dependents, you buy a house, you get deductions. Everybody knows when certain events happen in your life that there's a tax effect. Well, with the earned income credit, it's not necessarily like that. And so, people who receive EIC, they own homes, they have children, they're married, they're all of these things. But in addition to that, they may be entitled to the earned income credit. The other thing that happens is that we who talk about EIC all the time, we think, how could there be anybody who didn't hear a message? Well, unless you need to hear a message, you're not listening for a message. People come in and out of the EIC population all the time. They may lose a job, they're in. They may get a job, they're out. They may have children, they're in. Their children may get to be too old, they're out. So people come in and out of the EIC population all the time. And another thing is, we may go to a school and we may talk to the people there, the families there, and we say well, I went to St. Elizabeth School and I talked to, I was blue in the face about the earned income credit. Well, I might have done that 5 years ago, but there's every year, it churns and churns and churns. There's more kids, there's more marriages, there's more homeowners, there's more events that happen in people's lives. So, what I would say to you is in your quest to identify people who might be EITC eligible, here's what I suggest you do. Think about the kind of events that happen in people's lives and how you might identify them. For example, people who lose their jobs, they go to places to help them find other jobs. Training centers, they might be eligible. You might go to communities where it's likely that people are in lower income situations. So sometimes it takes going door to door to identify those people, but often it's a good thing to do that. There's lots of, you might go identify an employer who pays people wages that would qualify them. So you go and talk to the employer, you might even go set up a site or take a mobile site out there. And that's a good way to do it. And I know that, we have a lot of appointments, and when we put someone in the chair across from the return preparer who's EITC eligible, it's generally going to bring a couple $1,000s into the community, and that money's going to be spent and churned like 7 times. So it comes to the community and it stays in the community. So every time you can fill a chair with an EIC eligible person, you are making that much of a difference. So is everybody entitled to free tax preparation? Sure, so long as they qualify. But you are mostly looking for the people for whom it makes the biggest difference. So think about the ways you may reach those people, who those people are, and go get them. Thank you.
The city's public property department operated the campaign's phone line for many years up until 2008. It was a huge endeavor programming IVR line, which had up to one year, it had up to 18,000 calls in just 1 year. We are so grateful that 311 staff is now handling addition, we are very grateful for the contracts we've had with the Mayor's Office of Community Service, the Philadelphia Office for Housing and Community Development, and in the past, the Commerce Department. Thanks to Otis Bullock and Mark Spearman of the Mayor's Office of Community Service, we are able to open 2 super sites, one in Center City and the other in Northeast. They are open night and day. We thank you for being a supporter of the Campaign for Working Families and even coming to our interseason party, Mayor. I don't know if you remember, one year you gave us the results and we had dancing live balls dance around you at the and he was actually like, who did this? No one told me this was going to happen, so I said he fired. But he was a tremendous support. And you were so happy to see that kind of fun power going on in the city, even though we were having so many problems. And we love the fact that you care. So with that, I'd like to have Mayor Nutter come up.
Thank you very much. I do remember that, and notwithstanding what I said, nothing happened. And I love having fun when we're doing good work and serious things. So, can we give our Director of Campaign for Working Families Doris Delia from the Department of Welfare? Thank you for being here. It's not every day you get to introduce and thank someone from the IRS, but I'm good to go. And I think I don't know you anything. So, James Daugherty, thank you for being here. Charmaine Matlock Turner, President of Urban Affairs Coalition. Charmaine, thank you so very much, Charmaine. And all the way back, Otis Bullock and his team from Mox. Otis, thank you for the great work that the Mayor's Office of Community Services is doing. As I mentioned, a lot of times folks are not exactly looking forward to tax season. I, on the other hand, I'm pretty excited about tax season because there's some really exciting things that take place that have some real positive impacts in our community. This is the 10th year the Campaign for Working Families will open community-based tax sites to assist low-income families and individuals in filing their taxes, including collecting the Earned Income Tax Credit completely free of charge. Another big round of applause for that. These free services offer great benefits to those who receive assistance, and this benefit, of course, to the city itself. Each year, about 30,000 Philadelphia workers actually overlook the EITC, and those who know about it can receive up to an additional $5,751 on their federal income tax return. Over the last 9 years, the Campaign for Working Families has helped bring in $168 million in state and federal refunds to Philadelphians, which of course increased economic activity right here in our city. Many of those dollars recirculate right here in Philadelphia, and there's a big benefit to businesses here in the city. It helps them hire people and obviously provide additional goods and services. People eligible to participate in free tax preparation sites are individuals who make $20,000 or less a year, or families with income of less than $50,000. I encourage any Philadelphian who thinks that they qualify or might qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit to take advantage of this great service provided by the Campaign for Working Families. I also want to announce a new free tax preparation site under this program. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the city's 311 walk-in center in City Hall will also serve as a community tax site. So again, thank you for 10 years of great service. I have also a proclamation. This is, isn't that beautiful? Has tons of information in it. It's quite long. It will be April 15th by the time I finish reading this. But I'll give you a little bit of a flavor. This is a proclamation from the city. Campaign $268 million in state and federal refunds to working families throughout Philadelphia. Philadelphia citizens are encouraged to file for the earned income tax credit at one of the free tax preparation sites. The City of Philadelphia acknowledges the success of the campaign for working families and encourages more Philadelphia residents to file for the EITC at one of the free neighborhood tax prep sites. Therefore, I, Michael A. Dunner, Mayor of the City of Philadelphia, hereby proclaim January 27, 2012 as Earned Income Tax Credit and Savings Day in Philadelphia. I urge all citizens to be aware of the efforts of the city, the IRS, and the Campaign for Working Families to raise awareness of the EITC benefit, as well as provide access to free tax preparation and other financial services. Let me say one last thing, which is, we mentioned that this is EITC Day and Savings Day in Philadelphia. We want people to save money in this city. Notwithstanding some of the ideas that are floating around out there about impacting people's benefits, we want to encourage Philadelphians to save, especially our seniors, especially those who may be struggling in these challenging financial times. And their benefits should not be affected by the fact that they save money in order to take care of their children, take care of their seniors, take care of their families, and still get the benefits that they need with regard to food stamps and many other programs and services that are available. I see the Benefits Bank here. We need to make sure that folks sign up for the things that they are actually eligible for every year. Unfortunately, thousands and thousands and thousands of Philadelphians leave millions of dollars benefits that they're eligible for just by signing up that could help in these challenging times. And it's my understanding that at many of the tax prep sites, you can also sign up for a number of other benefits or get information about benefits that you may, in fact, be eligible for. We need to make sure that people get every dime that they are owed as citizens of the United States of America. And that starts with getting this information. So with that, with your permission.